So we now get into the detailed portfolio advisory screen, which is available by clicking on the advise icon next to the portfolio on the dash on the left bar. So this is more of a detailed portfolio discussion with an advisor. It's also available for the advisory clients. It starts with an asset allocation, gets into the detailed performance of each funds, gets into rebalancing of the funds, and then also tracks all the future actions which are pending or which need to be done. Asset allocation is the distribution of the investments across various asset classes. Here it looks at the financial assets as well as other assets like property to give an overall picture. And then that is compared with the suggested asset class, and then one can have a discussion and see where is one headed in terms of balancing of risk, etc. Now coming back to the mutual funds, here you can see that this particular person has a couple of family members also attached to this, and this shows an overall asset allocation as well as a member wise asset allocation. Again, this is food for thought for the advisor as well as the investor. We next go to the allocation by individual fund classes, and this is available to sort. One can see what are the various debt asset classes, how much is in Jama, how much is outside Jama, what percentage of portfolio. If you want to see a particular client's, particular investors breakup, it's a free form search, so you can see how much is in what for this particular investor. Similarly, you can see for Ram again what's the breakup. So that's the asset allocation, and other assets are also available here to be tagged to be understood in terms of the overall asset allocation. Now getting into the fund performance of these investments. So the fund performance actually then shows what the overall fund performance is. So we have a decent return of 10.32%. Member wise, what are the returns? Member wise, what are the returns on the investments made in Jama? And again by family member. And then outside funds also, what are the investment performances? And we also actually then get into each fund level performance. So there's a summary here which says that you need to hold 28 funds, watch a couple of them, and get out of 3 of the funds. So this is basically done based on an algorithm that runs and ranks the funds pretty much every day. This talks about the fund performance individually. You can zoom into, for example, if you just type on redeem, you will see the funds which have been marked as redeem here, and you can so this is a redeem fund. Similarly, the outside funds are also available for detailed study. One can see the latest value, the yearly gain, holding period, compare it with the benchmark. So the gives a pretty comprehensive detail. So here if you see equity mid cap, the benchmark has been giving, this benchmark has given 10.81% over 5 years, whereas this fund has given 13.27, so which means it's doing well and it's a good fund to hold on to. The advisor is also able to understand and see how would this portfolio have performed over the past n number of years based on the makeup of the funds. Coming to rebalancing, we get to see the number of funds that can be switched from regular to direct and what are the implications. The idea is to help investors move to zero commission plans so that they can get higher returns as well as they are removed from the bias that creeps in when there is a commission or a hidden fee involved in the equation. We also have a future actions tab which talks about, in this case there's nothing for this client, but it talks about how many funds to switch later, how many funds are in closed-ended units, etc.